Hello everybody and welcome to Game A Dayer. It is day 434 here today on Game A Dayer. My name is Step and today, it's my fault. It is a Sunday story time. So we are going to play Fault, Milestone 1. Fault is a series of science fantasy cinematic novels using a unique 3D camera system for a visually immersive reading experience. Follow Selphine, the bubbly princess, and her sharp-witted royal guardian, Ritona, on their journey of a lifetime back to their homeland of Rugzenheid. Oh, I feel like it's going to be a bit word-soupy today. But this game has very positive reviews, so hopes are high, and it is available on Steam for $16.99. So if you want to check out Fault, the whole series, or just Milestone 1, you can find it on Steam. But first, why not join us while we play it? Alright, here we go. All characters appearing in this work are fictitious for the moment. Any resemblance to real persons living or dead, and I can't read that fast. This does not bode well. Alice in Dissonance. Project Reload. Interesting. The Sekai Project. Does it hurt a lot? Asked the boy, his eyes clouded with concern. No, the girl answered softly, her gaze shifting from the night sky above to the boy, cradled in her arms below. Ha, you're a terrible liar, retorted the boy, his eyes focused on the blood-stained cloth wrapped tightly around her left arm. Pain was the only obvious feeling he knew she was experiencing. The binding, originally stained ruby red with the girl's blood, had discolored into an intense, piercing shade of black. Without proper treatment, the girl would die from massive blood loss. You always came here to watch the stars, right? Asked the boy, relieved to have a moment to converse with the girl. This is like, whoever wrote this tends to the verbose? Maybe she'll share a secret or two, the boy hoped. With that faint hope in mind, the boy asked another question. Do you think you could tell me what you think about when you look at those stars? The boy asked in anticipation, like a child longing to hear his mother tell him a bedtime story. I wasn't looking at the stars, she answered. The girl was no older than the boy himself, yet her words carried such weight, unheard of from one so young. Upon hearing those words, the boy felt an emotion unknown to him begin to take root in his heart. Is it attachment to this girl? Could it be envy? Or was this emotion perhaps a delusion? As he lay dying in her arms, the boy had no longer had the time to affirm his own predicament, so they're both dying. Then, what are you looking up there for? Asked the boy, forcing himself to speak through the excruciating pain he experienced. A possibility, repeated the boy. Possibility for all of us to realize how powerless we really are. What I look for among those stars is a possibility for compassion, uttered the girl, as large tears began to swell and drop from her eyes. As her reign of sorrow continued, she caressed the boy as a mother would her own child and prayed aloud. This world doesn't end at the borders of this country. What lies beyond are countless possibilities that none of us may fully fathom. The girl continued to speak as the boy neared death's door with every breath he took. I thought she was the one who was dying. People need to encounter something much bigger than themselves to fully understand. True compassion. This world will understand someday. Okay. Sorry, that played before and I couldn't stop it, and then it didn't start up when we started this now, so whoa. Shaky screen. Alright, that's giving me a headache. Let's start. In a time of yore, humankind had discovered mana, a naturally occurring energy source that long pulsed through the crust of the world. Humankind utilized mana from the land to craft and create any and all. The art of manifesting mana is known as manacraft. The practitioners of this art became known as manacrafters. A hunter could use pyrocraft to kill and cook their catch or quarry. See, just use one word, their quarry. An apothecary could use aquacraft to increase the potency of their healing potions. A carpenter could use terracraft to strengthen the foundation of a home. A farmer could use aerocraft to improve crop output by manipulating the wind. There also existed manacraft which were hereditary, unique only to certain individuals. The Path Down. The Path Down used mana as a medium to transfer the memories and experiences of the present ruler to the future heirs to the throne. Interesting. Humankind would deem those in possession of hereditary manacraft to be monarchs. The propagation of the old king's wisdom through Pathdown was evidence enough to cement a country's reputation as a formidable manacraft monarchy. Centuries ago, hell-bent on expanding their sphere of influence, the manacraft monarchies started the period of exploration. Even the great seas were no match for their ambitions. The research of manacraft for large-scale warfare exploded, fueled by the need for conquest. The populace's survival drove one monarchy to expansion. Stagnant economy, the reason for another. Ambition drew many others. For the few manacraft monarchies that successfully survived, a countless number of lives were sacrificed to maintain power. In the present day, the development of mana-facilitated communication revolutionized an already altered world. This form of communication was known as comcraft. People were no longer restricted by the pace of couriers to carry written messages. Long-distance communication became accessible to the masses. Education and knowledge became abundant. Secularism grew in popularity among the general public. Enlightenment was abundant in this new era, ushered forth by comcraft. Rugzenheid, renowned pacifist kingdom of San Ajrizdia, further prevailed from comcraft's convenience. For 9 generations, Rugzenheid prospered from perpetual pacifism, but even the wisdom of the old kings could not prevent tragedy from befalling this kingdom of peace and order. I hope you can hear me. I've tried to turn this sound down like several times, and it still looks like it's way higher than my voice, so bear with me. Tragedy, which would ultimately end peace, that was established over 60 years ago. Now we're waiting. Willkommen. Hang on. Alright. Rugzenheid Castle, passageway to Sky Terrace. Sparks continued to dance through the air as a small silhouette ascended the spiral staircase. First, to the Sky Terrace! The first of the attackers to reach the Sky Terrace on the roof of the castle was a young girl, no more than 12 or 13 years of age. She quickly scans her surroundings and gets into a defensive pose. Holding her breath, she surveys the area for a while. According to her prior intelligence, the Sky Terrace was completely deserted. Except for one. Path-down successor of the country of Rugzenheid, Selphine Rugzenheid. Show yourself. You know there's nowhere for you to hide. The girl's shout reverberated through the empty terrace. There was no one around, but she maintained her guard. These were the actions of someone who's done it a countless number of times. Not just countless times. She moved toward the center of the Sky Terrace with a mechanical efficiency which betrayed her small and delicate appearance. That doesn't make any sense. Is there really no one here? Maybe the intel was wrong. CS, can you hear me? Or Cian. Cian, if you can hear me, respond. Is she in the middle of a fight? No one's here. The girl lets her guard down and takes a deep, long breath. Further in the terrace was a balcony that also functioned as a viewing deck of sorts. It was designed to overlook the town around the castle, and there was a large wooden dining table. A large wooden dining table was situated in the middle of it. Like that one right there. The table was furnished with an ornately woven tablecloth. It was surrounded by heavy, solid wooden chairs. And atop it were numerous intricately made ornaments. The table and all of its amenities were works of art. Every object from the dining table to the decorations strategically placed throughout the Sky Terrace screamed of wealth. Something crossed the girl's mind as she sets the chair at the head of the table upright and sits her small frame into it. Maybe I should check under the table, she says. For a moment, she's taken aback by it all. It was truly the height of luxury. The view she had from the head of the table, having grown up in meager circumstances, was impressive beyond her imagination. Slam. In a display of terrible manners, she rests both her feet on the table and reclines against the chair, slowly closing her eyes. She should probably get ganked then. Aha. She couldn't help but laugh at the disparity between this situation and the place where she had grown up. Whose seat was this? Under what lucky star would you have to be born? Under what lucky star would you have to be born under to be granted the privilege to seat yourself on a chair like this? I can't believe that this game made it through. They probably didn't test the script at all. Edit your games, people. Well, not that it mattered. This chair was no one's now. Just like how this crumbling castle was to be no one's as well. I'm sure it'd feel wonderful if I could have a meal on a table like this. From a balcony created to look upon the town below, the girl gazes at the townscape set ablaze. The perfect view, just perfect. This is just stupid. After her rather mindless soliloquy, she gets up off her seat. Then... Girl 2. Another girl appeared from the door that she had broken through just earlier. Miss Mary Shell. The girl addressed as Miss Mary Shell waved her hand in a yelp pose as if she was joking. Coco, do you like the chair? You like chair, sitting. The same girl posed a question to her partner in a rather broken speech. No, not really. As always, she doesn't have a shred of tension in her. So Coco thought, keeping to herself. Marie Shiel, Marie Shiel, I'm gonna say. In terms of age, she and Coco were not far apart. In contrast to Coco's rather belligerent look, she looked to be a sweet little girl who had no place in the miserable battlefield like this. However, a great many had been deceived by her innocent looks. Their blood that now stained her dress certainly stood out. I'm surprised you can just waltz around like that with all this going on. An imaginary question mark appeared atop Mary Shell. She didn't understand why Coco was so astonished. No reason to rush. Of course you'd rush. Just walking around with all this going on is weird. The castle was filled with the smell of blood and smoke. Screams and explosions continued to roar throughout. Despite the cacophony going on all around them, Marie Shell simply stood there, oblivious to it all. Already almost done. No point running. Well, that is true, but Coco was at a loss for words when faced with that simple retort. She not here? No, she's not. Can we even rely on Xian's info? Xian, reliable. Even if wrong, we follow Sister's borders. Orders? You mean orders. Orders. Unflinching. Rather than communicate with words, she stuck the same hand-waving pose from earlier. That was one of Marie Shiel's ways of expressing herself. Still, if they aren't here, where could they be? I'm pretty sure we've searched everywhere. Plan B. A manual search? Ugh, what a pain. The sheer size of this place makes my head spin. Funny face. Oh, leave me alone. Fine. Plan B then. Let's stick to the plan and take one wing each. I'll be on the east wing. I'm not going to say nod. What's wrong? We look, yes? won't expel shadow soldiers? I'll be fine. There's only 150 of them. We've already taken care of most of the rear line soldiers, so I doubt we'll run into anyone troublesome. What is it? Overconfidence. Your weakness. Her voice was soft, but her words carried weight. Everything going too well. Won't forget that. I won't. Coco unconsciously stands at attention. Nothing wrong in being careful, that's all. That was scary. She suddenly flips into serious mode and all. Other people probably wouldn't understand the sudden change in Mary Shields' attitude. Putting thoughts and emotions into words is a weak point of hers. Logical, seeing that she only just recently began remembering her vocabulary. However, even though her vocabulary is lacking, she is in no way unintelligent or unable to grasp the situation at hand. Coco, being her partner, understood this very well. Hello, Coco, can you hear me? Xian, yeah, I hear you. How's it going there? You done fighting? The 3rd floor downwards has all been committed. As long as people don't suddenly start raining down from the sky, no one else should be able to get into the castle. Oh, and get a load of this. Really, the last 2 guys I just killed, they were such pushovers. It kind of ruined the moment. Like, I'd get more of a thrill from dreaming in an afternoon nap. Coming from someone who personally said she'd just keep guard? Can't really complain if you didn't volunteer to head up to the front lines instead. So, how are you doing on your end? Ignoring me, huh? Oh, right, this place is totally empty. We've got some explaining to do here. You sure the princess is in the Sky Terrace? Absolutely. If she isn't around the balcony, then she's got to be somewhere on the top floor. Look harder, why don't you? Looking around is a huge pain. It's so tiring. You sure are a lazy for someone so young. I don't want to hear that from someone who volunteered to shore up our defenses. Oh, quit complaining and just get to looking. We're already on the home stretch. Get off my back. Really though, this whole thing sure was a breeze, eh? Bruggenheide's the center of the Alliance and all. Is it supposed to fall this quickly? This easily? Well, Miss Milano's planned it out this much, and she's even taking part in it too. Well, let's be honest here. It's probably mostly because of the latter than anything else. What do you mean? What? You mean we all could have gotten this far without the help of the Shadow Soldiers? No, that's not what I mean. Considering Miss Milano, I bet she could probably take down an entire country or two. If I had to describe her with a single word, it'd be cheater. You've got a point. Anyway, I'll get back to committing the entire castle's interior. Good luck with the search. Yeah, see you. Between Miss Marishiel and Xian, why isn't there anyone who's feeling any more tense than I am? And now I've totally lost my drive, too, damn it. Just as she finished her call, she gets hit over the head because she's not paying attention to her surroundings. Come on. What? Huh? Coco's staff was made from a metal alloy. And it was made to prioritize lightness, but metal is still metal. A swing from any old sword could certainly nick it, but there was no way it could slice through it so cleanly. What was that? There's something stuck to the wall. A transparent knife? A blade of ice? Or perhaps some kind of illusion using craft? In any case, it doesn't change the fact that there was some kind of unknown threat. Who goes there? Show yourself! Aha. Out of the darkness emerged yet another girl. One of their retainers, perhaps. She was wearing a formal-looking outfit, with her entire body wrapped in a purple cloak. However, what first caught Coco's attention was the badge shining brightly on her collar. That badge served as proof of the individual's rank as a crafter. Duel. The title of Duel Crafter is only granted to those who have mastered 2 of the 4 types of mana: Pyro, Aqua, Terra, and Aero. So, earth, or fire, water, earth, and air. But the girl standing before Coco could not have been more than 20 years of age. She was likely in her late teens. To become a dual crafter at 18, 19 years of age was quite a remarkable feat. Ritona Rainvasta? Rainwater? She was the last descendant of the Rainvasta family, which had served the royal family's guardians for generations upon generation. But Coco had no way of knowing that. Then why are you telling us? Where'd you come from? What is your objective? Why are you going after Princess Selphine? Huh? Let's just get one thing straight here. This attack of ours is completely in our control. Whether you all live or die, that's up to us to decide. Do you understand? The only thing you can do is stare back at us and answer every question we've got. Oh well, if you want to die, then that's another story. Very well. Right. Seeing how you're dressed, that means you're one of the servants here, right? You happen to know where Selphine is? And what if I do? Serious? Alright, I'll cut you a deal. You tell me where she is and I won't kill you. I see. And if I say no? Oh, well, if you don't tell me, then I'll kill you. I suppose that makes things nice and simple, doesn't it? So, that's what you're getting at. You've been trying to make a fool of me this entire time, haven't you? Right now, with the way things are going, are you just so scared that you've completely snapped? Arrogant biatch. You're getting on my nerves. Talk smack to me one more time and I'll seriously going to kill you. Princess. Huh? It's Princess Selphie, you disrespectful brat. Ritona has been trying to play cool and collected, but there was a slight rage in her eyes. I don't know what you wish to accomplish by attacking the royal family, but to address the princess of a country that way shows a complete and utter lack of respect. Such brazen behavior shows that you lack in morals as well. What? Enough talk. Have at you. You'll only steer us into conflict regardless. So let me teach you rules of my own. Didn't you hear a single word I said? What, you want to fight me at a time like this? Or what? Just because you're a duel, you think you can take anyone on? Are you an idiot? Do you have absolutely no common sense at all? A A title like that doesn't mean squat outside the Alliance. En garde. Whoa. No. Is that glass? A glass sword? You really expect to fight me with one of those? So, is it... so it is. What of it? You're nothing but a glass worker, an artisan crafter. You seriously think you can put up a fight with me? Enough, you little brat. You're nothing but talk. I swear, you've called me little brat again and again. Stop treating me like a kid, or you're gonna get what's coming to you. Why isn't she attacking? Is she stalling for time? Hell if I know who you are, but I don't have the time to deal with the likes of some stupid artisan crafter. As Coco continued to scream at the top of her voice, she knocked the tip of her staff against the ground, causing a triangle just large enough for a human to appear just beneath Ritona's feet. What? A ranged attack? So she's not a battlecrafter. I'll kill you with a single hit. Die! Triangle incineration. I knew she was a firecrafter. Bless! In a split second, a column of fire rose out of the triangle toward the sun. Too slow. Ritona circles around Coco's rear and makes contact. Gah! The next moment, Coco dashes away with all of her might, trying to put as much distance between her and Ritona. She quickly checks her back to assess the wound, but... Huh? She isn't cut. The sensation of her spine getting sliced in two slowly fades away. What just... Coco understood that very moment. Ritona's sword isn't some decoration or a fake weapon, but it is in fact a real weapon, a strange and highly dangerous one. Transidian. That's what the sword is made out of. Transidian? It's a material said to hold the sharpest edge in the entire world. Of course I know that. By the way, Transidian breaks off. But the way Transidian breaks off is too uncontrollable. They say it's too dangerous and impossible to forge into weaponry. Only if it's naturally occurring. But I've already applied some level of processing to the Transidian I create. I can freely control this material. Are you stupid? If you can make something as complex as Transidian, why don't you just stick to something... Then why don't you just stick to something tougher and easier like metal? Metal, glass, as long as it can cut through anything, then who cares? You're making even less sense now. Hell, why is some artisan like you even fighting with a sword in the first place? You still haven't realized? A little slow in the uptake, I see. I'm a battlecrafter. Ritona leaps off the ground. She's getting close. Need to keep my distance. Shadow soldiers! The shadows from the staff stretched like dark silhouettes of soldiers beginning to crawl out from the ground. 3, 4 of them. Suddenly, Ritona was surrounded on all sides. What the? Shadow soldiers? She can summon them at will? So, she's the one who created the shadow soldiers who attacked the castle. Careful, everyone. This girl's really fast, and her sword is super sharp. And don't get anywhere near the area. Coco then raises her staff, generating what seemed to be waves of mana in the air. The mana glowing in the air then went straight to the Dark Soldier's hands. Pyro, Terra, Forge, Chains! She again knocks her staff against the ground twice, causing the glowing mana that had been floating in the air to materialize into chains. First, I'm going to tie you down. Now. Uh-oh. Hahaha, now you're trapped. You and your stupid acrobatics. This is the end for you. Coco and the Shadow Soldiers had Ritona tied up in chains, surrounded. And then... Pentagram Incineration! Coco using her staff, and the soldiers using their jet black swords, all slammed the ground at once. Small glowing points appeared, with light racing across them and drawing a large pentagram beneath Ritona's feet. Bless! The pillar of light disperses. A triangular burn mark was on the ceiling. Beside it was a much larger, star-shaped hole, with the night sky and full moon in full view, shining brightly. Ah ha 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 ha! I burned her into nothing but ashes! The Shadow Soldiers didn't budge a single inch, leaving her perplexed. Then she realized. Just so you know, depending on how you handle Transidian, you can even cut through steel. The Shadow Soldiers are vanishing, which means that as long as you cut them down, then you can still defeat them. Which means that as long as you cut them down, then you can still defeat them. No way! Some kind of glass that lets you cut through steel? That's cheating. That's cheating. Something doesn't add up here. You're no battlecrafter, are you? Your triangle and pentagram attacks certainly weren't my kind of power. Especially the second one. Had I taken the brunt of that blast, I'd likely be nothing more than ash right now. But the activation, your bless, takes far too long. Anything that takes that long would be completely unusable in battle, no matter how strong it is. Your style of fighting at a distance, why do you persist in such strange tactics? Oh, shut up. If it works, then who cares? Damn it. But it didn't work, that's the point. Her hands gripping the staff begins to quiver, frustrated at this turn of events. Why is someone so strong just wandering the castle? Well, in any case, I suppose you understand now that you have no chance of winning. I am not at all disposed to fighting. If at all possible, I prefer to settle conflicts with a dialogue, but are you going to listen? The feeling of the sword slowly fades away. Huh? Coco was flabbergasted at Ritona's disappointment of a statement. Then... Ah, you're something else, you know that? Coco realizes something. That she had the upper hand, that Ritona would ultimately not attack her. She sneers at Ritona's invitation. Coco uses all of her might, striking Ritona with her staff. We make a complete mess of your country, your hometown, and you want to talk? Are you a freaking moron? Indeed. This is not the time nor the place to exercise Rugzenade's pacifist views. Ritona understood that clearly. She could more than easily have taken Coco's head if she wanted to. Even after getting to her back twice, not once did she attack. Ritona herself had resisted the urge to take her life. The overwhelming difference in their strength was absolutely meaningless in the face of Ritona's greatest weakness. You have nothing on me when it comes to combat. I am clearly head and shoulders above you. And here you are, still struggling desperately against me. Who's the fool now? This is seriously pissing me off. You think you're so high and mighty? You're telling the person who killed your friends, your comrades, that you just want to talk? Hey, tell me. Is it so wrong to take a life if it means protecting someone you can't live without? What? Hey, answer me. What's the difference between me and you? For just a moment, Ritona was shaken for a moment by Coco's ruse and had lost concentration. She wasn't the type to make that kind of mistake. Not in the slightest. Unbelievable. Indeed. Even if Ritona had no intent of taking someone's life, she would never slip and let her attention waver from the battle. Someone must have been toying with her for a moment. Someone right behind her. Commit, break her! What? The sword in Ritona's hand scatters into tiny fragments. The commit. Did the ratio of mana change all of a sudden? When? Let me introduce you. This is my partner on the battlefield, Miss Marie Shiel. Marie Shiel strikes her yo pose once again. Coco, make new shadow soldiers? Yes. That's why I said, should dispel. New soldiers, balance is bad. I'm sorry. What did you just do? Destroyed commit? Commit breaker. Don't be absurd. The moment Ritona understands the current situation, she shudders. Coco's craft are powerful, but take a while to bless. And a partner who compensates for that. The perfect combination. She will get killed. Because she took too long. Because even when given the chance, she didn't kill Coco. Milady, please get down on the ground. Okay. Where'd she come from? On Ritona's signal, the glass wall on the edge of the room shatters. Ah. Glass which bent light and served as optical camouflage. Selphine had been hiding the entire time, and now she was exposed. Huh? Selphine! So fast. What's with the mana here? Maybe this is shift? Huh? A shift? Selphine, please close your eyes for a moment. A vortex of wind envelops Ritona and Selphine. Coco, get out now! The next moment. What? Hey, just what the heck just... They vanished? Ooh. Alright, we're going to save. Ooh. An empty slot. And that is going to be it for us here today on Game a Dare. Thanks for joining me. I think I enjoyed that. The words are like not foreign in the way that they're foreign, because I like reading in other languages, but these just didn't seem to have base roots that made sense. So I feel like they got a little overindulgent with the syllables. However, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, the way to make that happen is to get this video 100 likes, because the first video on this channel to get 100 likes will get that game a full playthrough as a bonus video for the channel. So if you want that game to be Fault Milestone 1, then all you have to do is like this video and have your family, friends, pets, and loved ones all do the same. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, and when you do, don't forget to hit that dingy bell, because that will let you know when I upload new videos, which I do every single day. My name is Step. We have been playing Fault Milestone 1 here today on Game a Dare. Thanks so much for joining me, and please come back tomorrow when we'll be playing something for Mobile Monday. Thanks, everybody.